Hello everyone. In this session, let us see what is meant by a thyristor. In our previous videos, we have seen which are the various power semiconductor devices available, how are power diodes classified, how are power transistor classified. We have learned its output characteristics and most importantly the switching characteristics. So, what is this thyristors? So, how is it different from your power diodes and power transistors? So, thyristors are nothing but a family of power semiconductor devices. So, when we say family, that means we have different types of thyristors which are available. So, all these thyristors, they are used in most of the power electronic circuits. So, you can operate it as a bistable switch. So, it can operate in non-conducting mode to conducting mode. So, for learning purpose, we will assume the thyristor switch to be ideal, but practically it is not so. It is having its own characteristics and its own limitations. Now, let us see what it is. So, first when we compare to a transistor, these thyristors have lower on-state conduction losses. So, when it is conducting, the losses are very less and higher power handling capability. So, these are available, the thyristors are available with the rating of 5000 volts, 6000 amperes, wherein it can operate at a frequency of 1 kilohertz to 20 kilohertz. But when compared to a transistors, the transistors have superior switching performance in terms of the switching speed and lower switching losses. So, the thyristors are used only in high power applications. In low and medium power applications, you use transistors, power transistors, not thyristors. So, you also have silicon carbide thyristors which are available, which can have a very low forward voltage drop even at a very high temperature. So, all these types of thyristors we are going to study in detail. So, it can be used as a latching switch. So, what is meant by latching switch? Latching switch means once the thyristor is conducting, okay, it can continue to conduct even without the gate signal. So, we will see how it works as a latching device. So, these are the few features of a thyristors. So, I repeat, it is having a higher power handling capability, it has lower on-state conduction losses, but when compared to transistors, it has lower switching speed and higher switching losses. Okay. So, this is the symbol of the thyristor, or nothing but SCR. You can see here it is written as SCR. Okay, SCR is nothing but silicon controlled rectifier. This is nothing but a thyristor. Okay, thyristor we otherwise call it as SCR, silicon controlled rectifier. That why? Because this is made of silicon and it is controlled device. It is a controlled device. I'll explain you how it is a control device, and since it is one-sided, no, it works as a rectifier. See, now this is a thyristor or a SCR symbol. You have three terminals: anode, cathode and gate. Okay. Now say I consider a thyristor. Now this looks like a diode. Now only if I add a gate terminal, it becomes a thyristor. Now I connect it to a supply. Okay. So if the supply is given to this particular circuit wherein you have a thyristor. And now I have not connected anything else. I have just connected a supply across the thyristor. So what is going to happen? When you apply the supply, the anode to cathode terminal is forward biased. That means the thyristor is forward biased, but it is not going to conduct. It will not conduct only if you have given the supply. Okay, only if supply is given, the anode to cathode terminal will only be forward biased. It will not conduct. When it is going to conduct, it will conduct only if you apply the gate signal. Okay, so once you apply the gate signal, the device is going to conduct, and you can see that the current can flow only in one direction, that is from anode to cathode. So if you apply AC to this, then it will rectify. That is why it is called as a rectifier, silicon controlled rectifier. Now I have given the DC supply. If you give AC supply, the thyristor will conduct only during the positive half cycle of the AC. It will not conduct during the negative half cycle of the AC. So that's why it usually converts AC to DC. You call it as a rectifier. Controlled because until you apply the gate signal, it is not going to conduct. You can make it conduct. There are different methods, so which I will be explaining later, but we go for gate control method. That you have to remember. So you apply the supply, the anode to cathode terminal is forward biased. You apply the gate signal, it is going to conduct. Clear? Now if I apply a reverse supply, so let us see what is going to happen. If we have a thyristor, okay, and instead of connecting anode to positive, we have connected anode to negative terminal. Now what will happen? In this case, the anode to cathode terminal will be reverse biased. So even if we apply the gate signal, it is not going to conduct. We are not going to make the thyristor conduct when we apply, when our thyristor is reverse biased, else it might get damaged. So that we will see further when we look into the characteristics of thyristors. Now coming to the structure. We know that a transistor is a three-layer structure, either NPN or PNP. But here thyristor is a four-layer structure. Okay, it is having four layers. So this is one P layer, N minus, P and P plus. Plus means it is heavily doped. Okay, minus means it is lightly doped. With no symbol that is plus or minus, that means it is moderately doped. So the thyristor is a four-layer structure. You can write it this way around. It is a four-layer structure which is PN, PN, and this forms the actually we have the anode and cathode terminal. Anode and the cathode terminal, and you also have the gate terminal. So that we will see anode, cathode and gate terminal. So here it is PNPP, here this is one more N. Okay, so we will see how this works, the thyristor, how it is going to work. And you see here it is written J1, J2 and J3. That means you have three junctions for a thyristor. Four layer, three junctions, three terminals, anode, cathode and gate. So in our next video we will see how the thyristor works as a latching device and what is its output or nothing but the VI characteristics. Thank you.